What is going on, everyone? This is RW Wireless News here, reporting on an article that came out yesterday. I believe this is by the New York Times. So the title of this article is "The FAA Announces Progress in Expanding 5G Service at Airports." So who is this for? This is not in relation to T-Mobile right now. This is Verizon and AT&T, and the reason I say that is because both Verizon and AT&T recently acquired C-band spectrum that's going to boost their 5G networks and capacity. The problem with that, however, being is at the last minute, the FAA issued a huge article and concern about these C-band airwaves interfering with the altimeters on the aircraft that helps them land in low visibility conditions. So what ended up happening was both Verizon and AT&T had 3 times in a row delayed their C-band launch just to please the FAA to figure out a solution. Here's a problem with that, in my opinion. So the FAA had years to do this. This all happened last minute. Now, yes, the FAA did voice some concerns whenever this C-band auction became a thing. They did voice some concerns, but it wasn't a huge problem at that point in time, and they let it go. But at the very last minute, they backpedaled, they issued concerns, and they made a pretty strong case to the point where U.S. Congress gets involved, right? So they pushed this all back, and then what ends up happening is not too long ago, about a week ago, Verizon and AT&T finally said, you know what, we're going to launch it. We're going to get it out there, but they did what they were called exclusion zones. So around airports and most airports in the United States, maybe minus a few, wouldn't be as affected. Verizon and AT&T, more so Verizon because I don't know where AT&T has been with their C-band launch, but it is really non-existent, only 7 markets. Verizon had, in those areas, turned down the power limits or faced the C-band panels away from the airports. And what we call exclusion zones, the radius is 2 to 3 miles around airports. Now, that might not seem like a big deal to most, but there's a lot of airports where there's underlying cities and a lot of houses around that are very, very densely packed together with people. That affects, C-band could be great for those areas. You could have a lot of capacity going into these places that were notoriously problematic with capacity on 4G or low-band 5G. So that's a big problem right there. Now, this article talks about the FAA is finding progress. So what this means and what I've taken from this article so far is this is not a full-blown Verizon and AT&T can go ahead and just light it up everywhere around airports. I think the idea that they're going to come across is shortening the radius where C-band cannot be at. So maybe instead of 3 miles, you're looking at maybe like a mile or maybe a 0.5 miles. But they're finding steps. It's just not a full-blown solution. And I don't feel like, even with this progress as of now, that Verizon and AT&T can have C-band enter airports, which that's a huge problem still. Now, it'll help out in the surrounding communities around airports, but think of how many people visit these airports on a day-to-day basis. Now, granted, the airports have Wi-Fi access, I'm sure. Is it the best Wi-Fi? Probably not. It's probably subpar to say the least, and it's not the most secure Wi-Fi because you're on a public shared network with thousands of other people in that area. So how secure is that? Only time will tell, right? So guys, I'm going to leave a description for this, I'm going to leave a link for this article below. I think it's a really good article by the New York Times. It just kind of goes over everything. Make sure you give it a good read, and then like this video, share, and comment what you think about this. Is this good progress? Is this not good progress? Does there need to be more that needs to be done? But overall, short and skinny of this is the FAA and the other carriers, they are working to find a solution, and I think it needs to happen sooner rather than later. Guys, thanks for watching. Like I said, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. And if you like my content, like this video. Have a good one.